Recording is up.
So is mine, I think. Yes.
Mine will be momentarily.
Move that one. Get the Google Hangouts meeting one. Alright, make sure everyone's equipment is working. Are you guys working? I can hear you.
Yes.
That works. Check video, sound, QuickTime, that's all good. Alright, each individual should record their own session. We're all doing that. Okay, so step one, more games. Love the games. Alright, play one delivery game as a team, 3 words at a time. Deliver game, 3 words at a time. Number each team member 1, 2, 3, etc. So I guess I'll be 1,
I'll do
2, and then tie your 3.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, so this will be your team's speaking order. Try to retell the story of Cinderella using only 3 words at a time. Teammate 1 will begin telling the story of Cinderella using 3 words after teammate 1, 2, and then 3 words, then teammate 3. So yeah, pretty simple if you can remember the story of Cinderella. That's going to be a tough one. If I recall. Alright, so let's see. Father goes away. No, it's got to be 3 words. Alright, father, stepmother, stepsisters.
No one likes Cinderella? Has fairy godmother?
I don't think that's 3 words. Is godmother 1 word?
Yeah, isn't it hyphenated?
Okay. Alright, we'll accept that. Has fairy godmother. Let's see. Pumpkin to ball.
Midnight time on it?
Yeah, that works.
Dances with Prince?
Disappears to chariot.
Lose a shoe. Prince comes looking.
Sisters try shoe.
It won't fit. It fits Cinderella.
I have no idea what happens after that. Fits Cinderella. Cinderella locked away. She gets locked away by her godmother, from what I remember.
Yeah. Prince finds her? Lives happily ever after? Works for me.
Okay. All right. I suppose that would have been easier with more people because then we wouldn't have to be so creative, but I haven't watched that movie in so long.
Yeah.
Okay, so step 2, practice your speech. Is it really all we have to do is just 2 things? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. You guys have your speeches ready?
Yeah. I have the outline. That's about it.
Okay, well I think that's what we're supposed to use. So tell your group what your persuasive speech is about in your own words. Make sure, oh, someone just joined us. Daniel. We can't hear you.
Is everything working?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You now have to tell us the entire story of Cinderella
In 3 words.
in 3 words.
Oh, there we go. My volume was off.
Okay. You haven't heard from Brandon, have you, at all?
I heard from him yesterday where he was wanting to reschedule. That's the last I've heard.
Because he said he was sick, and he hasn't replied to any of my emails today, so...
I know yesterday I think that we were starting at 8:30. I didn't know which time today. I was trying to see, and then I just realized that everybody had already started, so I just jumped on.
Yeah, no, 6:30 every day. Or every time we meet. It's the easiest time for everyone, it seems like.
Okay.
But since you just joined in, I guess we have to have you play step 1. Just to get you caught up to speed. So, do you have the rubric, or do you want me to just read it to you?
Just read it to me. I'll get it pulled up here in a second.
So you have to describe the story of Cinderella in 3 words.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Rags to riches.
There we go.
Wow. Okay. All right. You win. You win that one. That works. That works. All right. So step 2 is practice our speech.
That's a tough question.
Yeah, that's going to be the fun one. So it's going to be full on. You know, try to deliver your speech as professional as possible, as if you were doing it in front of class. Make sure you include the reason why you chose the topic, the week you learned about the importance of ethos, pathos, and logos. Describe how you are incorporating each of the 3 modes of persuasion into your presentation. For example, when are you using emotional appeal? When are you using facts and logic? Where are you working to establish your character and credibility? So that's activity number 1. Okay, so we just have to tell each other about it, not read it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We get to do the concise breakdown thing again.
Awesome. So we're going to keep the numbers. Daniel, you are now number 4.
Awesome.
And then, I guess I'll start. Let me pull up my thing right here real quick. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So my persuasive speech is about the global visual effects industry and how there are multiple units in the visual effects industry that keep closing. Multiple companies keep going out of business, and multiple artists end up either having to leave the country or, you know, go freelance to actually live and survive off the career path that they've chosen. So I'm incorporating a lot of the 3 different modes of persuasion into my presentation by using emotional appeal. In the presentation, it kind of looks at the audience and says, you know, do you enjoy these films? You know, how much of these films become part of your family? And just imagine all of that entertainment, all of that, you know, fun that you have with your friends and family gone because it's not possible anymore because VFX industry has been obliterated because of outsourcing to other countries, foreign tax incentives, and greedy large corporations. So that kind of appeals to the emotional side of yourself. And then facts and logic are inside. The facts come from a lot of the documentaries and the articles I read, a lot of the information coming from VES and a couple of the large visual effects groups. That's where all my facts come from. So facts being like, I think there was part in there 14 some odd visual effects companies have closed since 2012, which is an absolutely horrible number of businesses to close like that, because it's in one particular industry and not just like spread out. And then logic, I explain how to avoid the foreign tax incentives, and one of the ways I explain that is that here in New Mexico, where I live, we're constantly working with the film industry to bring new incentives to them, to have them continue their work out here, to have them start their post-production work out here, and to have them move studios out here by offering tax incentives that compete with the foreign tax incentives, such as I think ours is 25% right now, and if you go to film where, for instance, Star Wars is filming right now, that's 25% tax incentive. They changed their mind at the last minute, not sure why, but we also have a 15% tax incentive for television shows. So it's kind of all about explaining what we can do to make sure the industry survives, and it keeps all the work here without people having to compete with foreign tax subsidies. As far as my character, I haven't really established it yet. I'm still kind of typing through and fixing things. I didn't do so well on the actual assignment, so I had to really kind of redo my speech. But the credibility just comes from all the information, all the sources that I found, all the artists who are either jobless or struggling to keep their career because their companies are being forced to bid so low on these large contracts. And that's what I've got so far.
Yeah. Did you have any personal stories in there?
Well, the personal story I have is just about my, kind of my my path right now, and trying to figure out whether or not I want to jump into this industry, or whether or not I want to try to start my own business.
After what you've learned so far from this. Okay.
It's all about which one is going to help me more in the future, becoming not only an artist, but keeping my family alive and things like that.
Yeah.
All right, the other Matt.
All right. Bring up the information here. Okay. So my presentation is going to be recommending the podcast Welcome to Night Vale, because it's a good show. I like it a lot. It's sort of a fantasy, sci-fi, horror, anthology kind of show, but it's set up to be sort of a community radio show. It's really neat. Outline here. I'm going to hook him in with the very first line of the very first episode. A friendly desert community where the sun is hot, the moon is beautiful, and mysterious lights pass overhead while we pretend to sleep. Welcome to Night Vale. And I'm going to end the last line of the first episode as well. Hold on, I can do it for him.
Sorry about that.
Okay. I'm sort of just gonna tell people what the show is. Like, it's trying to be an old-timey radio show, but also satirical comedy show. And it does some pretty cool things. That presentation makes it feel immediately familiar, like you could be in that town and a part of that community. And the storytelling is done in such a way that you can listen to any episode first, and you'll be able to follow along and at least get some sense of what's going on. But individual episodes kind of string together over time into a larger overarching story. And their characters are diverse, but very subtly so. like having a character be gay or black is not their main focus as a character. It's just a thing that they are. Because in this town, they don't have so much worry about that kind of stuff. They're more focused on hooded figures, weird glow clouds over the city, stuff like that. It's a really interesting thing. It's kind of based on H.P. Lovecraft mythology kind of stuff. And I don't know, it's kind of a cool concept, having a story set up as a radio show. I've enjoyed it a lot, and I have a feeling a lot of people that have similar interests to me would enjoy it too. So that's what I'm doing. All of my references are going to be interviews with people that either make the show or act in the show. So I'll give us a nice look at the behind the scenes kind of things about it.
Sweet.
That's basically what I've got so far.
Awesome.
So I guess that would be to me now.
It is your turn, Ty.
Mine is going to be a presentation about getting people to watch the movie A Man from Earth. And if you haven't seen it, it's a great movie about a man who's 14,000 years old. And he's telling people about his life because he's leaving after being there for 10 years. And people start noticing he doesn't age. And so he tells this group of people, against his better judgment, that he's that old. And it's a very emotional ride because there's a lot of disbelief in what he's saying. They think he's crazy for a while. There's, I won't say blasphemy, but to some of the characters it is, due to what he says in the story. And so I think that is a very nice approach to it. For my emotional part, I'm going to be telling the story of when I first found the movie on Netflix, and after watching just like the first 10-15 minutes, I stopped it because I knew I had to watch it with someone else. So I waited for my wife to get off work, and then I told her that I found this thing. It was amazing, and then we went straight home, watched it, talked about it for probably 2-3 hours after we watched it, and that's the emotional part. The facts are an interview with the director, and there's also an interview with one of the cast members, as well as an interview with the son of Jerome Bixby, who's the guy who wrote the original script. What's the other one?
Logos.
Which is
I don't recall.
emotional fact and what's that?
Character and credibility?
Oh, character and credibility.
Yeah.
Character. Yes, the credibility. I guess the credibility I have in here is just the fact that I've seen the movie several times and looked up about it, and the creator of it, Jerome Bixby. That's all the credibility I can really have since I was there.
Yeah. What was it called again? I want to check that out.
The Man from Earth.
Man from Earth. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, it's very simply done. It's basically shot in one house, 8 people talking, the whole movie, for like an hour and a half.
Cool. Alright. Daniel. Number 4.
I'm sorry, my voice is just a little rough right now.
That's okay.
Didn't realize we were going so soon. I just ate supper and I had some ghost peppers. So
Oh.
Wow.
yeah, they're
Thing to start off
intense.
with.
If you ain't never tried one, I suggest it.
I know your pain.
I don't even do bell peppers, so those peppers are way beyond me.
I know your pain. I had to good chunk of Bucha Loca myself.
They're bad. They will. They're about 1 million Scoville units.
Well, it's like one pepper can, what do you call it? One pepper can season an entire pot for a village,
Yes.
and it'd still be spicy.
Oh yeah.
So
Definitely spicy.
cool.
Still.
All right.
Let's see. What I chose for my media for this presentation was Minecraft. Basically, what I want to go through is many people know the game Minecraft, but they don't know the story behind Minecraft. Marcus Preston actually started the company Mojang and created the game. He came up with the idea via another game that dealt with 3D environment and using blocks to build. But when the game first came out, it was through an independent developer, and it's very, some indie games go real far, but a majority of the games just never really take off. And Minecraft happened to be one of those games that just really, really just took off. And that's something that I would like to share with the audience as well. Is that's a little bit of emotional, especially for people that are would like to get into game development but not work for a massive corporation. Games like Minecraft show that it can be done. It's not just a dream that people have. It can happen. And playing the game, even I would like to some of the things that I'd like to that I'm going to talk about in my presentation are some of the gameplay behind Minecraft. I personally have a great deal of experience with it. I've played I own the Xbox 360 version and played I don't know how many hours, countless. I have the PC version. Played countless hours there. Plus, I played just about every mod pack you can play and gone through. I've watched everything from industrial craft, bibliocraft, all the way to full-blown mod packs like Feed the Beast, Unleashed, Tech-It Pack, Technic Pack, all of those. And so that's my credibility. Just how much experience I have with it. Let's see. Some of the facts that I would like to state are about the guy that created the company Mojang, which was Marcus Preston. They call him Notch. But some of the other things like some of the mod packs that you can play, some of the basic mechanics of the game, like it's a 3D. You can play first person or third person view. You start basically with nothing, and you have to go over there by chopping wood, just basically punching wood with your hand, all the way to making ginormous castles, fighting dungeons full of monsters. I mean, you can do anything. Anything's possible. It's open-ended with no boundaries. Like almost every game you play these days has boundaries. There's some sort of boundary. Even Skyrim has a boundary. You have to follow some sort of storyline. But in Minecraft, you don't have to go through and fight the dragon. I mean, you can play countless hours and never touch the dragon. I mean, you can get teams together and play stuff like Hunger Games and things like that. You don't have to stay linear on a linear path. It's so open-ended. It's crazy. That's kind of what I want to share with the audience. Even if it's not your type of game, it's guaranteed that a family member or a friend that will enjoy the game. And they will appreciate you for sharing it with them, even if they didn't know about it. So, and that's where I would like to go with my speech, and just persuade people, to support the independent community, independent game creation community, and also play a really awesome game like Minecraft, and it's well worth the money.
I for one play that game too much.
Well, I haven't touched Minecraft yet.
I had it for 360.
I played Minecraft, and Minecraft was neat. It was fun. I was just like, this is, you do it enough, you get tired of it. And I found Tekkit, and I started Tekkit, and I haven't stopped because there's just so much more you can do. I have cities with electrical grids and stuff like that. It's ridiculous the amount of time I spend in that game.
Yeah.
But
If you haven't checked it out, check out Feed the Beast.
yeah,
It's
I have to.
it's kind of like Tekkit, but it's some of the stuff has like they have a little more mods for it, I believe, included in each pack than Technic does. So
Gotcha. Sweet. All right. So speech activity number 2. We talked about the goals we made last week. Ty, were you able to make goals in your last group, or do you remember?
I actually don't know if we did that.
See,
part.
and I don't remember if we did or not.
I haven't done it either.
I know I set personal goals for myself, but I guess we may have skipped over that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess I could just start off with my personal goals that I had set for myself because I got the first grade and I did terrible.
Wasn't one of our first things we had to turn in something where she asked what our goals were by the end of the class?
Is that it?
So,
I don't remember.
Established
check.
in your first presentation. You're right. You are right. Let me pull those up. Introduction, go to training, week 1 overview, presentation. There it is. Oh yeah, I remember now. Okay.
was it a discussion post or was
No,
it?
it was in your video. You had to state the 3 things you wanted to change or you wanted to better yourself on.
Okay.
So it was in your original presentation. I'm just now remembering this. I remember mine. Do you guys remember yours?
I vaguely remember it. Yeah, I only had to do with one aspect.
I remember mine.
Okay, I'll start with mine. My first goal was I have trouble sometimes maintaining eye contact when I'm giving a speech because there's so much to look at. You got so many people around you. This is a little bit easier because there's a camera, but when you're in a group of people, you have to make sure you make eye contact with each individual person, and that's something I need to work on. The other thing I want to work on is I get stuck every once in a while. It's not like a stutter, but it's just like I kind of stop and I have to process what I'm going to say next. And I think that's just me not wanting to make a mistake, but that's something I wanted to get better at, and I think I've gotten better at it. I've practiced a little bit. And then my third one, oh man, what was my third one? My third one was gestures. So I'm a very gestural person. I like to use my hands a lot. And I like figuring out ways to use my hands in the presentation, especially when you have a presentation that you don't have any, PowerPoint, you don't have any form of display. But I still like to use my hands because it gives the audience something to watch while they're also listening to you and focusing on you, but I have to figure out a way to do it while they're focusing on me, and it continually brings their attention back to my face and what I'm saying. So I've kind of played with that. I know I've done a couple work meetings where I just kind of tried new things. I'm sure my management thinks I'm crazy by now, but I tried new things and wanted to just figure it out. So I think I've gotten better at those. But those were my 3 goals.
Fair enough. Eye contact was another big one of mine too. I tend to look off to the sides a lot when I'm doing presentations like this, where I have like one set focus point of the camera. I think look off to the sides or up a lot. My second one was framing. My first few videos are really close up, so even though I am gesturing with my hands, like just there, you can just about see my fingers doing stuff. So I need to find a different way to do this, or maybe standing up instead of sitting down. So I have a little bit more room to move. What was my third one? Oh, my third one was unusing pauses in weird places. is I'll sometimes, if I'm trying to piece together a complex thought, I'll pause like in the middle of it because I lose where I'm going for a second. It's really annoying, and I know it's annoying to listen to. So that's the thing I have to work on a lot.
Sweet.
Okay. I believe one of mine was gesturing as well. I do not gesture when I talk to people. So when she said to gesture when you give your presentation, that's really hard for me to do. So I've been trying a little bit, but so I've been keeping the camera like pretty close, and she keeps telling me to pull it back. So I don't know what to do with my arms when I'm talking. The other one's delivery. I'm very, if you've seen any of my presentations yet, I am very stoned. Because I'm trying to remember everything, and remembering is not something I'm good at. And then the other one is about not looking at next to the camera where I have my notes the entire time.
Yeah, I got flagged for that too.
Yeah.
And those are mine.
Mine, I did, I believe one of them was the delivery. I tend to be a little bit monotone after a while. I start, it's like all the life just goes because I'm trying to remember everything, and it's just like I start this constant steady flow, and it's just like it sounds the same throughout the whole thing. It's just, and I realize that, and it sounds horrible, and especially sometimes I get this accent thing going, and I listen to the playback, and I'm like, this is horrible. What am I going to do? But I got to work on that a lot. I got to get more comfortable while talking and trying to get my ideas across, and still not sound the same throughout the whole thing, and where they can tell that I'm passionate about what I want to do and what I'm trying to talk about, because inside I am, but through my voice it's hard to tell sometimes. The second one is preparation and procrastination. Sometimes I procrastinate a little too much because I get into other things that, and then I start pushing it further down. So I need to spend more time rehearsing and learning the speech thoroughly before I try to get in and record, because it's doing 150 takes each time. That's just not cool. Let's see. Then I believe the last one. Let's see. Okay, and then my overall setup, like my lighting and my background. Right now I'm using a straight black sheet for a background, and like 4 different lights turned on, trying to get the lighting right. But I need to find a way to get the computer more up to eye level, to where I can pull it back and you can see more of my arms and more of my body. So I can convey more through that, instead of putting the screen right up next to me. And it makes it easier that way, because you don't have to worry about all the your gestures and stuff. But you lose a lot of the momentum in your speech whenever you do that too. So, I've been, that's one of my biggest things too. I think the easiest one I've had yet was the joke. I actually pulled the screen back. I felt fairly comfortable that I knew everything well, so I did that one fairly comfortably. But everything else, it's just been really hard to pull that screen back. It's just because you don't feel so comfortable.
Yeah.
And
those were mine.
yeah, for this class, I've been having to leave the house so I can get the work done. Otherwise, I keep finding something else. It seems more pressing, even though it's not important at all.
I try to do my stuff at work if I can. Sometimes I have time.
I end up doing mine in about 15 or 20 minute spurts
Yeah.
throughout 3 or 4 days between other things.
I just started building my demo reel, so I've just been like non-stop on that thing. So
Yeah.
that's been taking up all my time. And plus, I'm excited to do it. So it's just like, well, I can work on schoolwork or I can have fun.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, doing what you have to do is kind of useful.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I think that's it really for this one, aside from submitting the assignment. Make sure you guys do the Word document and upload your 2 favorite minutes of the entire video. If you didn't doc me, I just uploaded the entire video and said at this point this is my favorite 2 minutes because I didn't have time to edit it. But I mean, it seems kind of weird to record the whole thing and then not
Yeah, then
upload
trim
it.
down to like 3 minutes.
Yeah, and then not upload it. So,
Yeah.
but
I think doing my whole thing because it takes forever.
yeah.
I think mine last week mine got messed up because somehow I messed up with the headphones because I only captured my audio.
Yeah,
See,
it
I
did.
did the same thing.
It's because of the screen capture, it only
Yeah.
captures the audio of the person on the computer itself.
I did the same thing, which is why I'm using my webcam this time instead of my headphones because it won't capture the surrounding audio.
Yeah, I just got my Max mic catching the sound out of the speakers.
Yeah, that's what I figured out you had to do. Because I thought, boy, QuickTime's cool if it can record everything, but no.
Yeah.
I thought I had lost my video whenever I was trying to crop it down to the 2 minutes that I wanted to keep, and as soon as I did that, I got the pinwheel effect,
Oh yeah.
and I was like, oh my gosh, what happened? And like 30 minutes later, it said the video came up where it cropped it. I was like, oh, thank you. I didn't lose it all. And I freaked out there for a second. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. What am I going to do? I
Yeah.
lost all my video.
That's the nice thing about recording multiples because. Hello.
You gotta go play for things, okay? We just did. Alright?
Hi everybody, is that you?
Yes, that's me, buddy. Go play for a few minutes,
Who's
okay?
that? Who's that?
That's Ty.
Who's that?
That's Matthew.
Who's that?
And that's Matthew.
Grandma Matthews?
Yes, dude, they're Matthews.
Hey, let's wait till and see.
No, buddy, I gotta finish up. Give me just a minute.
I want to get up there.
I know you do. Just wait, son. Give me just a minute. I'll be right.
No problem. We're pretty much done anyway if you have to go, Daniel.
Ah, he's got me.